good, guys? And welcome to another episode of Mini Football Logic. It's Zeno here, and boy, oh boy, oh boy. Manchester City beat Real Madrid by 4 goals to 0. What? How? Well, I'll tell you how. That 3-2-4-1 that Pep's been cooking for the last few months is absolutely lethal. Real Madrid could simply not handle the amount of midfield runners. It was complete and total domination from beginning to end, wire to wire. What's funny is that this game had similar characteristics to the first leg, but the difference was Real Madrid. They found a way to score a goal and have an advantage. And that means Man City were chasing the game and they rightly got back into it. No, not in this game. Bernardo Silva made it 1-0. Bernardo Silva made it 2-0. It's peak. You're still thinking at 2-0, Real Madrid will find a way to come back. That's what I was thinking. Then Militao puts it into his own goal. Now you're thinking, this could be it for them. And then Alvarez made it truly safe and sealed off an absolute demonstration of footballing dominance with, another very cleverly worked goal. Wow. I'm almost speechless, but I have to say something. People thought that Real Madrid were going to find a way again like they have been for the past year or so, where they found themselves in holes but were always able to find a solution and find a way to win the game. But Man City were just too good, too dominant, too much in control, too confident, too saucy, too drippy. They were just... I can run out of words to describe the level of dominance in this performance in such a game of magnitude. It's ridiculous. We know that Man City have world-class players, but usually the oil curse strikes again and they're not able to put it together. Of course, they still have to win one more game. But boy, winning like this against the biggest superpower in European football, surely it's this Champions League is theirs to lose now. As much as it hurts me to say it, it's in their hands. It's up to them. It's up to them, because if they play like that in the final, Inter Milan might lose 6-0. Real Madrid were completely out of it before the game even started. From the moment the game kicked off, Man City were looking for blood. Haaland was already set through after 6-7 minutes. He should have scored 3 goals, One of them was a header straight at Courtois. Another one was a much better header, but Courtois, threw out one of his long-ass arms and he pushed it past the post. It was an outstanding save. Yeah, and then in the second half, he was set through by a beautiful Gundogan back-heeled, and he wasn't able to get the ball out of his feet, and Courtois was able to then use his legs this time to divert the ball away from the goal. What's crazy is that Real Madrid did again, because literally after Bernardo scored, Toni Kroos got the ball and smacked the bar. Now imagine that strike actually falls underneath the crossbar. It's a completely different game, and Real Madrid just do what Real Madrid continue to do, but the harsh reality was they were dominated so badly that goal probably wouldn't have done anything. Alaba had a free kick that almost went in from 35 yards out. Again, if that goes in, that probably doesn't change anything. But Real Madrid is Real Madrid, so you never know for sure. But they weren't able to find that little breakthrough that they always find to get themselves back into the game. And that's because they were completely dominated. They basically created absolutely nothing. Only one chance, I think. Real Madrid haven't lost this badly in the Champions League game. Knockout stages. Since Liverpool beat them in 2008-9. And I remember watching that game on ITV, man. Man, I miss the days of ITV and Champions League football on there. Nonetheless, it was a Gerrard and Torres masterclass in the 2008-9 season. Look how many years it's been. That Real Madrid team, by the way, went all that. I will say that I'll say that carefully, because my memory ain't too tough on this. It ain't too good. But they lost 4-0. And this is a completely different game. Of course, different teams, la la la. And it was a long time ago. No point of mentioning it, but it just shows you how long it's been. That's why it's worth mentioning how long it's been since they've lost a game of this of a certain magnitude in this way. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm even sitting there talking about it and I still can't believe it. But nonetheless, Man City, they're in the final now. They're in the final. And they will cook. They will. I say they will cook. The workers might come back to strike again. If they play like this, they will cook. Don't get it twisted. Nonetheless, what's crazy about this performance is that Haaland didn't even need to score. They signed this Norwegian Viking monster to be able to find the goals for them in games like this, but he wasn't able to. Courtois wouldn't let him. But they still found a way. Now, I don't know if Haaland not being there or being there makes a difference. There's no point in speculating. He was there. He was there. We know that. But it's crazy to me that he didn't even need to score. Man City seemed to find their solution. They found a way to beat these big teams and beat Madrid again. And let's see if Haaland delivers in the final and then proves that, this was the right thing all along and their plan was successful in that sense of signing him to help them win the Champions League. But honestly, it's crazy how he didn't score. And, Man City still scored 4 goals. Man, what the hell? Yeah, look, they're going to go into the final as the favourites. Obviously, the winner of this time was always going to go into the final as the favourites. But Inter Milan are going to have to cook something special here. They're going to have to manufacture something so strong, so deep from their hearts and their souls if they're going to be able to find a way past this Man City team. If they play like this, man, they're on the hunt of something historical. And this performance just gives you historical vibes, like history's about to be made. 3 trophies, FA Cup, Premier League, Champions League, it's all coming. It's on their way to Manchester and somebody needs to stop this. I'm not being biased, but somebody needs to stop this. Oh no, man. But you can't deny it, man. They've played magnificently pretty much all season and they would deserve it. As for Real Madrid, well, this has been a very chastening season for them, It's been horrible for them. We can't sit down here and deny that. How many damn points are they away from Barcelona? A lot of points away. Barcelona have already won the league. Now this performance in the Champions League, these are the 2 main trophies they care about. Literally with Madrid, it's the Champions League and it's the league, and they've just been cooked in both. They've been absolutely embarrassed in both. And it begs the question now, what next? We've heard all the rumours about Ancelotti potentially leaving for the Brazil job and Madrid moving on from him. Maybe this performance makes them realise that maybe that's what needs to be done. Well, at least Real Madrid won the Copa del Rey, right? Well, at least they have that, be it Osasuna. At least they have that. I'm sure the Madrid fans won't care. This is what we like to call reality check. Right? Madrid have pushed the boundaries for so long, especially in the campaign last season. It feels like they used all their luck, and their luck dried out in the semi-final second leg at the Etihad. Because boy, they've been getting away with murder for these last 2 campaigns. Well, especially last campaign. So for it to all come down to a crashing end here at the Etihad is, it was bound to happen. Like I've said, Real Madrid don't have a properly predefined style of play. They don't go out there to dominate teams. They kind of just sit back, be pragmatic, react to the opposition and go from there. And they just couldn't react to the amount of midfield runners that Man City were dealing with, that they were throwing at them. They just couldn't follow these players. Each man couldn't follow their man. It was, wow. Pep Guardiola, he has his critics because, he manages big teams, but big managers manage big teams. It's like in F1, the best drivers drive the best cars. Look, Pep Guardiola has proven his tactical magic here. When he doesn't overthink, hark back to the last Champions League final he was in. He better not do that this time around. When he doesn't overthink, boy, he can tactically deliver something special. And this game was one of those examples. A magnificent performance. So yeah, here we have it. Inter Milan versus Manchester City in the Champions League final. We'll see who wins. Man City are the favourites. Nonetheless, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you have any other opinions you would love to say about the game, and anything you want to add on to my discussion, please comment below. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and also be sure to follow the podcast on Spotify if you haven't, or on whatever platform you're listening on. Nonetheless, thank you all for listening, and I'll catch you guys all in the next episode of Mini Football Logic.
Mini Logic.